Kansas Sports HQ checking in with you guys. We got a fun episode lined up today. Getting ready to kick it off. It's season 2, episode 44. We are moving and grooving with summer baseball, and we got a couple VC Mud Dauber ballers in here with us today in studio. So we are going to introduce them. We got Mr. Jaden and Mr. Adrian in here with us. But to get us started off, Mr. Sean Cutler, how we feeling this morning?
Better than I deserve.
Yes, wonderful. All right, I got Instagram going as well, too, so that's good. Hopefully our audio stuff is all figured out. So if anybody gets in here and can't hear us for whatever reason, please let us know. But I do think that we got it fixed, so I think everything should be going good.
We're live on Instagram.
We are live on Instagram. Last time we had a microphone issue, so only Dave's mic was working. Some say it might have been on purpose. Some say it might have been technical difficulties. Nobody really knows. He just was trying to shut us up, and it was the commissioner recap, and I talked for like 10 minutes, and then nobody heard me. So we'll see what happens. But, all right, Mr. Jaden, how you feeling this morning, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Welcome to the HQ. Adrian, how you feeling?
Good.
All right, you guys are going to be men of many words today, so just take a deep breath, relax. This is all it'll be fun. We just have some nice light conversation. We're going to talk about you guys as players a little bit, learn your stories. We got people that tune in and athletes that tune in from our local area, which obviously you guys are not from this local area, but are in our area now. So we're excited to hear about your guys' journeys and talk about, what led you to get into Wichita here in Kansas and just all of the things. So, Sean, you going to lead us into asking some questions then? Or how should we start this out, being our first one?
Yeah. So first KCL will be player guests of the summer. Will come in. Obviously, we had to have some daubers on first.
Well, it was a thing where it was, Sean's in the office. Naj is no longer coaching or playing or associated whatever. Yeah, so it was we needed to make sure that the daubers had a little bit of an edge over everyone else. Yeah,
3-0 start the year, so we're rolling. So we got Adrian. He's a left-handed pitcher in here. He started the other night for us against Eldo on Sunday. And Jaden, he's infielder / pitcher, allegedly. Sure. He's gonna have to get used on the mound eventually. So we got them in here. We'll just start. We'll start with Adrian first. Adrian, where are you from? And let's start with that.
I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. Graduated from Central High School in the Keller area.
If I knew where that was.
I do not know where that. Where is that by?
It's like
give us some big cities.
Like North Fort Worth. We play against South Lake. It's right in Fort Worth, pretty much. So.
Okay, I know Fort Worth because it's close to Dallas.
So TCU passed on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So where are you going to college currently?
Well, I just graduated from Frank Phillips College, which is in the Region 5 JUCO, and then I'm transferring to Point Park University, which is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Ah,
okay.
Oh, a little change of scenery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we'll kick that over to Jaden now. Jaden, where are you from? Where you go to college right now? Where are you going? So on and so forth.
I'm from Hutto, Texas. It's right by Austin, probably 20, 30 minutes away. I went to Sterling this past year, and now I'm transferring to Christian Community College in Austin. So I'll be back home.
Back in Texas. So,
all right.
But you were in Kansas already.
Yep.
So you're a little familiar with the winter, obviously, already. And
Why were you in Kansas already?
Because I went to Sterling.
Oh, I gotcha. Sorry. I thought you meant just before. Sorry, I missed that. I was reading a comment as well, too. Our sound and video is good, is what somebody was telling us.
Oh,
so
that's good.
Sweet.
How'd you like Sterling? I know their coach.
I like the guys. The coach was cool.
Yeah.
Conley, he was cool.
Yeah.
We got a new assistant coach.
Who's that?
Jake Hansen. It was just our head coach kind of let him coach the team because I think he's going to be the next head coach.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the older kids had to deal with stuff that they weren't used to and stuff like that. So I think he was good for the program, but not a lot of people really liked him.
Okay.
He provided structure.
Oh, you guys don't like structure, huh?
The way he did it was a little questionable, but
Fair enough. I think there's a little bit of those stories on every team, which maybe we'll get to. But I did want to just so everybody knows, just some of the KCLB standings real quick. Just wanted to run through those before we dive too far in. Yeah, a little league update here. Kansas Curve started off pretty hot, so they are actually 5-0 and not recording a loss yet. They've played more than everybody as well. But Valley Center 3-0, as Sean said earlier. Park City 2-3. And then we got 2 tied, Patriots and El Dorado, both at 1-2. Heat are 1-3, and then the Moose 1-4. So we run a staggered schedule for those out there that don't know. So it's a little bit different than how some leagues do it. So there's a lot of design behind why we set it up the way that we set it up. So you'll see some random numbers in there at points in times. But Valley Center starting off 3-0. Kansas Curve, obviously pretty hot. I stopped by. I had to take some stuff out to Park City last night that they ran out of, and they had a guy that was dealing on the mound last night. So they've been pitching it well, playing pretty good. So, but I did want to dive in. Let me get over here to you guys. Just run some stats for the fans. You got stat rats out there. Everybody wants to know how you guys are doing. You know, we got to get them. But Jaden is hitting 444 right now. Not too bad. OPS at 1.33. Yeah, not bad. Slugging percentage at 889. So, starting off good. Where are yours at? What's your last name?
Florison.
There it is. Got it. 5 innings pitched.
Tried to not give you the win for a little bit, but held on.
So you got 1.8 on the ERA.
Yeah,
10 strikeouts. Pretty solid.
Yeah.
There you go,
Yeah.
stat rats. All right. Just wanted to make sure we plug those in there before we get down. All right. So both of you guys originally from Texas. Tell us a little bit about, coming up in high school ball. What size of schools did you guys play at? Because I think that's always something to kind of keep in comparison. I don't even know how your guys' system works down there, but here we run off we have 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A, kind of down like that. Tell us a little bit about your guys' high school experience. One thing that we try to do on our podcast is, our big thing is trying to reach youth athletes, right? So you guys have been in our facility here for a couple of weeks. You guys work out here, which I think is awesome. And, so you just see some of the kids that we work with and just kind of what's going on a day-to-day basis in here. And so tell us a little bit about your guys' high school experience. How did you, how big was your school? What was the competition like? What were some of the things that kind of led you to wanting to obviously play, college athletics?
I went to a 6A high school.
Okay.
I feel like everybody thinks all high schools in Texas are 6A because, everything's bigger in Texas. But
That's what they say.
I don't think my school should have been 6A because we were pretty small. Out of all the schools we played, we probably had the smallest graduating class. We played against Westlake, Lake Travis, Waco Midway, Round Rock, a bunch of pretty good schools. A couple guys get drafted out of there every few years. So we were kind of one of the bottom teams in our conference, but we were scrappy. People are oh, we're playing Hudda, but we still gotta have our A game. So high school was interesting. We got a coach halfway through, a new coach. He was a cool guy. I don't really have a problem with him, but most high school coaches aren't very So it was good.
Gotcha. What about you?
I went to a 6A. We played against Keller, Southlake. Keller actually just won the state championship for 6A again. So yeah, it was a pretty good competition. Definitely a lot of D1 guys coming out of those schools. But I always liked it. I was kind of been a competitor, so I always liked when I got to pitch against those teams like that. We didn't win very many games. It's hard to hit off some of those guys that throwing upper 90s and
Sure.
pretty tough. But yeah, it was a good competition, and I had a good time playing it. Lost a lot of games, but learned a lot from it.
For sure.
What,
So
go
ahead.
what did you guys do? Obviously, we know you hit arm day a lot, but what did you guys do outside of baseball? Did you guys play any other sports, or was it only baseball? Then what was kind of your routines, whether that's workouts, training, diet, all that? What was that like outside of baseball for you?
For me, honestly, I didn't play any sports with the school. I played like basketball and stuff with my buddies outside of school, but nothing like with the school. And then I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but I wasn't doing much working out or stuff like that. I was kind of just going out there and playing baseball. But yeah.
Did you go to any sort of pitching specific training, anything like that?
I guess like in my earlier years, I still thought I was a hitter, so I'd do like hitting lessons, stuff
Yeah.
like that. The pitching stuff, honestly, like it came kind of natural to me. I always been like a strike thrower, I guess. So like with being a strike thrower, I never threw that hard, but like I was able to like get outs and stuff like that. And then as I started to grow into my body, I hit a big growth spurt in between my sophomore and junior year. I shot up like 6 inches, I think it was.
Dang.
And then kind of the velo kind of started to come with that. And then just
What do you sit at like right now?
right now, I'm like 85 to 87, I'd say.
Yep. Okay.
Who's going to find work as a lefty going upper eights? That's for sure.
100%.
I just played baseball. I tried to play basketball, but we had to get this like paper signed because the seasons conflict.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm just gonna play baseball. Like,
Yeah.
As routines, like outside of school, I would definitely hit a lot, probably like every day, almost every day if I could. I never worked during school, so that was nice, having a bunch of like time to get better. I didn't really work out. I wish I started like getting.
No, it shows.
Yeah, I know. I wish I started getting more serious into it, but I mean, I got here a month early, so I mean I think that helped with like getting stronger and hitting and everything. So
Yeah.
But in high school, I was just kind of the smaller kid. Like Adrian said, I was like a strike thrower, but I didn't really throw that hard. But I mean, back then, if you threw strikes, like you'd play.
Yep.
But
Well, I think it's something to kind of put in perspective too. Like with you guys, both went to 6A schools, but kind of your accounts of that are like, yeah, the school is big, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we have a ton of people that are playing. And you guys also, were, I guess your words, like kind of on the bottom side of the teams that you guys were playing against, right? So, looking at that is, what was some of the challenges with that? Number one, obviously you guys are competitors. We all are, right? We want to win. But when you're not winning games, it becomes a challenge to, decide, what am I going to do, right? Because I've been on teams that sucked, right? And, you got to find ways to, one, battle through that adversity and be able to focus on yourself as a player, but then also focus on, like, it's still a team game, right? So you got to be a good teammate. You got to find ways to still keep guys together and keep things going because you want it to be a good experience. But then, how do you take that experience and then still find your way to college? Because I think most high school kids, especially ones that we, coach and train and deal with, like everybody's got the pipe dream of doing the big dance, right? Like everybody has that. And everybody wants to go D1. Everyone sees all the things online now. Everybody sees that stuff. And, just the realities of that is that's super hard to do. And, if you look at it from a statistical standpoint, like finding your way down that path is just incredibly difficult. That doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means that it's hard, right? So you guys both, you went to a junior college, obviously going to Sterling, so like there's other opportunities that are out there. So what did you guys do in high school to try and make that a reality? And then what was the I'm a senior. When did you guys get those offers? When did you guys kind of start that process? What were some of the things that you were doing to try and make that jump into college sports?
So I didn't get any offers till my senior year. I kind of, growing up, I never watched like college, only MLB. I didn't know you could go to college for baseball. I was just like, oh, I'm just going to go into the MLB, whatever.
Yeah.
And so
Sean was doing that in his front yard as well, too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Our listeners know this, but
yeah, so like sophomore, junior year, high school, my buddy was like, yeah, you want to go to college? And I was like, for what? Baseball? So I kind of realized then that I need to start figuring out. I got in touch, so I played for the Adidas Titans.
Okay.
And they gave us they gave me a recruiter's number, and I got with him. And senior year, I got a Sterling offer, Galveston Junior College, and then a couple others. And I was actually committed to Sterling for like most of my senior year, and then like the last 3 weeks before school started for college, I transferred to Galveston.
oh, wow.
So I was there for all fall, And then my coach was like, hey, they're not going to do good. Like, get out of there. And I think they ended up going 10-53.
Holy moly.
So it was a good call to transfer.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I worked with my recruiter, sent him a bunch of videos. Like, video is important for sure. Like, all these people talk about video, and I was like, yeah, like, whatever. But it's definitely important. I emailed a bunch of coaches. Never got an email back, but, I mean, hopefully they know, like, I was trying to go there.
Yeah.
But I do have to give a lot of thanks to my recruiter. Like, he helped me for sure.
Who was that with? Was it just somebody that was down there? Or?
Yeah, his name's Steve Ferguson.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
He's cool.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Steve Ferguson's our guy.
Well, and his son's playing with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Angel.
For me,
Shout out.
I didn't really have a lot of offers junior year, nothing like that. I got my first offer my senior year. I think what really did it for me was the summer ball team, like the summer before my senior year. I was playing with the Arlington A's. They're a pretty good team, and we had a lot of good guys. Like most of that pitching staff was going D1. And I was just kind of a bullpen arm on that team. But after the season, I went and looked at the stats, and like all my stats were up there with our two guys that are going D1. So I was like I'm absolutely good enough to go do this at the next level. So I kind of knew that was what I wanted to do. I knew JUCO was the route I wanted to go. I knew a couple kids that had gone JUCO and how it worked out for them. So I knew that's what I was trying to do. And then really I just posted a lot of stuff on Twitter and waited for some coaches to like follow me, and then when they'd follow, I'd like reach out and try to just get in contact, get a relationship going with them.
Yeah.
And the pitching coach from Frank Phillips followed me, and they ended up being the only ones that offered me like money. Like I had a couple other walk-ons from like Odessa and Vernon,
Sure.
El Paso, I think. But yeah, Frank was the only one to like give me some money. So I was like, yeah, like let's do it. You guys see something in me. So I went there, and I mean, I had a great time in JUCO. It was awesome. Like
Yeah.
nothing bad about it. Like I loved every minute of it.
I'm a JUCO bandit myself, and JUCO is. Honestly, it was like the half of it's hell, and then the other half of it's like the best time of your life. So it's just it's a weird combination of how that all comes together. But it was a lot of fun. Like looking back on it, the relationships and that type of stuff. I think you get that at all levels, but it was just it was a cool experience, and just the no rules type vibe, I guess, is just kind of wild at points in times. But you're gonna find out whether or not you love baseball like pretty quickly. And there was a lot of weeding out of the numbers really quickly in the fall, because some of the stuff we were doing, it was like, man, is this okay? Like, is this all right? Like, it's pretty wild. So I doubt you were doing many of those things at Sterling.
No, making that jump from Galveston to Sterling was definitely like eye-opening.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not, well, I'm guessing Galveston's much bigger too, like in the sense
Yeah.
of like,
Sterling was literally like, it was the school, there was a Dollar General, and then like a gas station and like a bowling alley.
and that's it.
That was
yeah.
it.
Bunch of fields.
Played a lot of bowling, didn't you?
No, actually, I
No.
didn't. I was hitting.
That's fun. Well, no, that's awesome. So I think, it's kind of a cool thing to just, for kids out there to just understand, like there's options. Like there's so many teams, so many schools, there's so much of that going on. But the difference is, and I think that you kind of hit on it too, is like the video and like you got to put yourself out there. Another thing we talk about a lot on the recruiting process is like kids just think that it's just going to happen, like it's just like you're just going to show up one day and all these people are going to be hitting you up, and like that's like in the movies, like that's not real. Like that's not a thing. Like if you want to play at the next level, you're gonna have to find ways to put yourself out there, right? And I think both of you said it, but like summer ball is a big thing, because that's where, the competition level, they're obviously paying attention to it. I think high school baseball is kind of it's a tough thing to recruit out of just solely. Pitching is one thing, right? Like you can see dominant pitching in high school ball, but they're also facing high school hitters that you just, you can go to any high school. I mean, your guys' schools are a little bigger than some of the ones that we talk about here, but like I can go to a baseball game here and I can pick out maybe one, maybe two guys that are actively playing in those lineups where it's like, oh yeah, this guy might have a chance to play at the next level. You guys down there might be a little bit different. Like, you guys might see a little bit more depth and, you got some lineups that got some hitters, and like, so you could take some of those pitching statistics to heart a little bit more. Here we see stat lines of these pitchers that are going, they're going 5 innings, and it's, they're combined no hitters, whatever, and you go see who they face, and it's like, what? Like, it's just the stats are, the stats are wild, but so it gets watered down there. But in summer ball, the competition level there is just a little bit different, because everybody's, and I'm not saying high school coaches aren't trying to win. Obviously they're trying to win, but what they have to work with is different, right? Like, you kind of get what you get. Now, it's a little different here. Now we have open transfers. Like, it's turning into college 2.0. Like, you can do all kinds of crazy things. Do you guys have that like down there? Like, are you able to just go where you want to go? Like, what's that culture kind of like?
I think it kind of just depends on the district you're in,
Okay.
whether they allow it or not. But like most of these like powerhouses, like they just like people just move into that area. Like if they like want their kid to be good at baseball, like they'll just move them into Keller, move them into South Lake, Rockwall, and then I'm sure in Austin it's the same way.
Yeah,
But
you could either just move into the city where you were like zoned for that school, or if you wanted to transfer and not move, you had to get like a paper. I don't know what's on it, but a paper signed by like every coach in the district that says they're like
Okay with it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you could just transfer, like one school would just be a powerhouse.
That's basically what we're seeing here. And I don't know that it's all okay or legal or whatever. I have no idea. But like, you'll see schools that are around here, high schools, where it's like they get 7 transfers coming in and none of those kids leave. Like, there was a kid that played at a high school here. He lives in Hayes. Like, that's where he's from. That's where he lives. But he plays for a high school here in Wichita. And it's like, how? But they just, on his address, they put that he's living at this place. And I don't know how you go through that and check that. I mean, I could care less, but that's how people. So they're putting down. They're living with this grandma that she might be there, she might not be there. I don't know. And they're just, everybody's like bouncing around, going to all these different places, and it's like, so it just makes high school ball kind of wild. Like, we talk about having like an open, transfer draft thing for high
the middle school draft.
Middle school draft to see where they're going to go to their high schools
Each
and
year,
stuff.
whoever finished last in the city league gets first pick.
Yeah, like, it's just
of the 8th graders coming up.
it's just kind of crazy, but yeah, so like, as you guys got into college, so let's kind of talk about that. What were some of the things, like when you walked onto your campuses the first time, you went and you saw your team for the first time, what did that feel like?
For me, it was eye-opening just because like you said earlier, like our high school lineup, like you'll see we had like 1 or 2 guys that can swing it, and the rest are kind of just like they're there.
Yeah.
And like to be on a team, like as soon as I got to JUCO, it was like everyone can hit. Like even your guys on the bench can hit. So like we were like inter-squadding every day, and it's like I was like amazed because like, man, everyone's good. But then I like kind of got used to it. I was like, oh, like it's just college baseball. Like,
yep,
everyone's good.
Yep.
So I feel like that was probably the biggest thing. Like when I stepped on campus, was like everyone's with it here. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
I noticed a difference in like not playtime, but like in high school, if I had a bad like week or whatever, I was like, I'm starting next week. Like it's fine. And in JUCO and even at Sterling, it was like, if you mess up, next guy up, because we got 56 dudes that are in the fall. We got 56 dudes that can just come right in. So
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, the stakes are definitely higher. It's I think on one of the podcasts we talked about like earning your spot in college is one thing, keeping it is another.
oh yeah.
And then the dynamics between, you're keeping your spot, but then you're also expected to be a good teammate. So like, positionally, like pitching, I wasn't a pitcher, so I don't understand you guys that much, but like positionally, like whatever position, I'm out there as a middle infielder and I'm taking reps at shortstop, and I just took this guy's job last week, so like, hey, what's up, brother? Like we're supposed to be boys still, but like I know like he's like ready to trip me, like he wants to stab me. But it's like, so there's a lot that goes into that, because you have to protect what you are trying to earn. And at the end of the day, like even on your own team, there's a ton of competition that's going on to get that spot. But then on top of that, like you're not trying to be a dick to your boy either. And like you want to like find a way to still be buddies and have the off-field chemistry, but also work together on the field. Like pitching is a whole different dynamic because you kind of get put into a role, I guess. Like hey, this is what you're going to do for us and we need you to go do it. But then at the end of the day, you still want to be that Friday night guy, and find your way into that. So did you guys have any like stories with some of that stuff as you guys were coming in trying to earn some spots? Like, was there anything that like stood out to you? Was there anything crazy, or was it all just kind of normal, I guess?
I mean, I had there's another lefty pitcher at the JUCO my freshman year.
Yeah.
And he was meant to be like our lefty starter. And then like just as a freshman, I was meant to be kind of our lefty relief guy, but he kind of struggled a little bit in the beginning of his first couple outings, and I got a start. Like I got his start one of the weeks, and then like you could kind of just tell like just me and him personally, it was hard for us to really form a really good relationship just because like we both knew that we were kind of playing for each other's spots, and like off the field, like we could talk, like we didn't have no bad blood or nothing like that, but it was just like you knew, like at the end of the day, you both knew that you guys are trying to do the same thing. So it was like it was really hard to really connect on like a personal level just because you're like, I want your job.
Yeah. It's such a weird. It's hard to put that dynamic into like words. Like it's just, I don't know. I transferred, so my freshman year I played at Newman, which is right down the road here, and then I ended up leaving there. I went to Butler, and then I followed our coach from Butler to Hayes.
He was the transfer portal before the transfer.
Yeah, exactly. And so like my year at Butler, I went in there and they brought me in obviously as as a transfer. So they already had a guy that was there, so me and him are battling for a spot. They had a couple freshmen that were coming in as well too. But so, I ended up earning that spot, and then I just had a terrible year. Like it was just like a sophomore slump. I didn't hit well. Like I was just all over the place. But the coach was bought into me and like kept giving me opportunities. I kept earning it back, like up and down, up and down. But then like going into Hayes, because where I transferred with him into Fort Hayes, like kind of the same thing. You go in there and like, it's a 4-year, so they already got guys that have those spots. Like, but he's coming in as a new coach. So like, I guess I was on the better end of like, if you're going to transfer into a 4-year school, you come with a new coaching staff kind of a thing. So like, that's definitely, I guess, the position I'd rather be in. But just being in that, like you walk in and it's like, this team's already established. They're getting a new coaching staff, but then you come in there and like have to try to make friends, but also try to win it as well. Like it's just, it's tough to do. Like it's just a hard thing. So like the transfer portal, we talk about the transfer portal all the time. Like it's just insane. Like it's just wild to see all the moving parts. And we talk about it for summer ball, because we're like, man, it's really cool to bring all these guys together in summer ball because this team's never going to be the same again. College baseball is essentially turned into that as just overall. Like every semester, it's like you end up with another double-digit number of guys that are all new, and it's just this constant revolving door of bodies and people. We didn't really have much of that I remember anyway. We may have gotten 1 or 2 guys that semester, but not like an overhaul like you see in nowadays where it's like, oh, hey, yeah, we're going to go get 3 or 4 new bats before the spring, and then all of a sudden they're taking guys' spots from the fall, and it just is what it is. Like, it's just the nature of the game now. Like, it's just kind of wild. But for summer ball for you guys, obviously, that's what we do, and we're heavy, in the sense of, supporting summer baseball across country. We think it's very important. You guys grew up playing summer ball, as you guys had mentioned, but what's that kind of process been like for you? Why did you guys choose to play summer ball? Like what are your guys' goals this summer? What are some of the things that, was, for you attractive to playing in the summer and being a part of, a summer league?
So I was already in Kansas, and then Steve was like, hey, like there's this good league, like you'll get some good reps, good competition, like get you ready for next school year. So I was like, yeah, like I'm down. Like I don't want to drive 9 hours back home, especially with gas prices being $5. I was like, yeah, I'm down. Like, let's go. One of my buddies too, Jackson Reed, we went to high school together. So like I told him to do it and he was doing it with me. So I was like, all right, like let's go.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Our coach Frank, our head coach, had just like sent out a message, and this was in the fall. He was like, if you want to play summer ball, let me know. I said, yeah. And I knew after my freshman year, it didn't really go so well for me, just like not the way I wanted. And so I knew I wanted to like really refine a lot of the things that I was doing. And then I actually ended up getting a lot of innings my sophomore year, but I know there's like still a lot that I want to work on. So like this is really just working hard against some better competition. I played in the league after my freshman year in Texas, and we'd be playing against like high school kids, and it's like I'm not really getting much better from it. So
Right.
I wanted to see some like actual college hitting, just so I can like know that what I'm working on is actually being like applied and it's actually like doing something. And so
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm super passionate about summer ball. I think every player should be playing. I don't know where this concept has come from colleges, and we talk about it all the time, where college coaches, I think that they care about their job, which I understand that. Like I respect that. Like I get it. Like them worrying about stuff that's outside of their purview, that makes sense to me, and I get it. But the development portion of college baseball players is really hard to develop playing the game of baseball if you stop playing the game of baseball. And I think most baseball players know that, but I don't know where this sell came of, oh, hey, yeah, stop for 2 months and just go throw into the net and just hit in the cage, and just that, calling that development. I don't know. Like, to me, like, yes, like, is it necessary? Like, do you need to do those things? Like, is that part of training and part of continuing to get better? Yes. But if we're trying to really develop as baseball players, you got to play. Like, like game speed, you can't emulate game speed throwing a bullpen, right? Nobody's sitting at the other end of that bullpen, like, trying to hit it back at your face. Like, it's just not, like, it doesn't happen. And then same thing in the cage. Like, nobody's trying to strike you out. Like, it's just, I don't know. And we've gotten it's become a challenge, like finding good quality players to play in the summer, number one, but then finding guys that actually are trying to get the amount of reps that we're going to try and provide in the summer as well. But it's just so shocking to me, not really, but so shocking that the guys that play summer ball that go back in the fall, they're on fire. They play well. They have good falls. Like they start to move in a good direction. And then it's just like these coaches get around it, and it's like, oh, yeah, no, we're just going to train. Like, we're just going to do this and do that. And I'm always like, what? Like, what? Like, like, don't reinvent the wheel. Like, why are we trying to change things? And, and like, I think everybody wants to play pro ball. I think everybody wants to try and play at the next level, whatever. Maybe it's not pro ball, whatever. But those guys play all the time. Like, you guys don't think Dominicans are playing every day? Like, like they literally play in games all the time. Not a single one of them over there is saying, oh, yeah, my arm. Oh, yeah, I'm sore. Like, oh, whatever. Like, no, dude. Like, they keep working through it. Like, they keep finding ways to train, to lift, to run, to do all of the stuff, which I've seen you guys in here lifting and running and, like, doing all those things outside of it. But that's also the other concept that we talk about all the time. It's like, if you don't think that you can do those things while you're in a season and while you're playing games, dude, you aren't going to play at the next level. Like, you have no chance. Like, you need to sit around for 2 weeks and do nothing to try and get better. Like, it always just blows my mind that that's the concepts that I hear. And I also think it's crazy that coaches ask, oh, do you want to play? Do you want to try and go do things? Do you want to get better? It's like, dude, if I'm running a college program, like, every single one of you are playing. Like, and if you don't want to play, then I don't want you on my fucking team. Why are we half in, half out? Like, that's the part that just, it irritates me. But I don't know. Sorry, I'm ranting. Go ahead. Shit pisses me off. Like, it does. It just bugs me.
I know.
Yeah.
Get around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to the Daubers. Off to a nice start this year. We so Sunday was a win over El Dorado. We won 12-8. We had a 9-run inning in there. Adrian was our starter that game. In that 9-run inning, getting the scoring started off was Jaden with a RBI double or 2-run double. I can't remember.
I think it was
One run double, and then he came back up later that inning.
Same inning?
Same inning.
Same pitcher too.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah. They had nobody warm at the beginning of the inning. Okay. That's why. And then he hit a home run. So we'll start with you, Jaden. And have obviously you've played a few games or 2 of the 3 games now this year. How are you feeling at the plate? Kind of take us through maybe what your approach is, without giving out too much information. We got a game tonight. But so kind of what's your approach to each and every day, and what's your approach at the plate?
Well, this past school year, I started off hot. I hit a bomb and then like maybe a double or single, whatever. Like I was doing good, and then I just went quiet, like nothing, like striking out or like jam shot grounders, like just couldn't figure it out. And I spent all this time with like a couple seniors and my coach, like, oh, you need to fix your load. Oh, like your coil. Oh, you're like your front shoulder, and like my head was just so jacked up with like I need to do this at the plate. I need to do this at the plate. This year I've kind of like focusing on all my stuff in the cage, and then like when I get in the game, like just like obviously I think about my approach, but like I don't think about anything when I'm like about hitting when I'm hitting. Like I try to like sing a song while I'm hitting. Like I've been getting Angel's been getting me into some like Hispanic music,
Oh, okay.
like Bad Bunny or like Grupo Frontero.
He plays on your team. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so
Who?
Bad Bunny.
yeah, Bad Bunny.
He plays on the Dobbs.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. He's a 3-year returner. He's been here every year. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
are you talking about Riley?
Yes, that is Bad Bunny. What you mean? That's
No,
Bad Bunny.
no, remember when he first walked in, we called him a boondock saint.
Well, no, I've called him Bad Bunny ever since he
Bunny.
showed up to uniform checkout with beads and dreadlocks all the
I
way
don't think Bad
peeled
Bunny
back.
was like a thing back
Oh yeah, well,
He showed me his license last year. I wasn't
yeah,
expecting
his
that.
cornrows when he walked in.
yeah, bro. He had like it literally looked. I was like, dude, when did Bad Bunny come here?
I didn't even know who that was. And I'll be honest, but
I've called him Bad Bunny for 3 years, but go ahead, keep going.
Like I was trying to tell Aiden, like I could tell he was in his head the other night, and I was like, hey, bro, like just don't think about like what you're doing wrong when you go up there. Like just go hit, bro. And like I had people tell me that, and like I was like, yeah, whatever. But
yeah, screw
I think
you, man.
yeah, once you like understand that though, I think it definitely helps. I think I've swung it almost every first pitch, so kind of hunting that right now. But I mean, I've got hits on off speed too later in the count. I mean, I had a AB where I was down like 2-2, and I had fouled it off like 3 times, and then I ended up getting a hit. So, I mean, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's approach is gonna be different. There are some guys who can go up there and just be like, see ball, hit ball. Shout out to them. I wish I was like that when I played, but no. But no, I could totally understand. Like, I feel this way about baseball, and I also feel this way about golf now. But it's either I'm overthinking or I'm underthinking. And never the right amount of thinking. And in that amount, I'm overthinking, right? So, so yeah, I think when we get so worked up about mechanics and not just, okay, what can, let me just hit the ball and see what happens. You can get so far into your head about that and lose the fact that you have to actually put the bat on the ball at the end of the day. So, and honestly, when you get to shoot, I'm about to die. When you get to college,
Charger?
yeah, when you get to college,
Mine's about to die,
it's
too.
almost a little too late to like start like making major mechanical changes at that point, because
We don't have one technical difficulty on our podcast, and it just wouldn't be our podcast.
Yeah, well, once you're worried too much by the mechanical changes when you're in college, it's a little too late. Just because you're at a point there is like, okay, I mean, you made the mechanical change, but then you have to adjust that to your approach and so on and so forth. So that's a good point. That's a good thing for hopefully some kids, some younger baseball players who watch this can kind of take away from. Because I think we're a little, and I do lessons every day, so I kind of understand this, but it's like we're a little too over mechanical in baseball these days. Adrian, you were our starter that game, 5 strong. Obviously, maybe wanted to go one more or so, but had a few innings there where it wasn't as economical as it could have been. But that mound it takes some getting used to up in Valley Center, Mount Valley Center up there.
Yeah, you probably look like you're 7 feet tall.
So kind of give us kind of your summary of the game, how you felt about it. Maybe what you think you can improve. Had 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts. Go ahead and kind of fill us in on your outing from Sunday.
I guess like for all my outings, I really try to get ahead with the fastball. Just like get in a groove early. And I was able to do that. I thought, like, I guess first inning wasn't too strong with it, but I was able to get in there enough, miss some barrels. And then second inning, was able to make it quick that inning with 3 strikeouts, and was good with the fastball in the zone, getting ahead of guys, and then kind of just not really messing around with them, just putting them away right after. And then offense got after it, which was great. Made it my job real easy, gave me a big lead to work with, so I could, after that, like, it was really easy to just kind of find a groove, not really think too much about anything, just keep going with the approach of getting ahead with the fastball. Max wanted to call any off speed, he was welcome to. I was just kind of following him the whole game. Wasn't trying to overthink it, just throw strikes. I was hoping they would make some quick outs, hit it into play, but I was missing a lot of bats, so it was nice.
They were swinging through a lot of them. But just give them the heater, Ricky. So, did you guys say trying to reconnect on yours?
No, we're good.
It's trying to reconnect on mine. So
We'll be able to hear you.
it's probably gonna die.
That's okay.
But yeah, it was kind of one of those games where Chris sent me and Apple a text because Game Changer gives you like summaries of the game,
Mm-hmm. Which is cool. By the way.
Yeah, it is it's nice. And said you had 10 strikeouts, and we're all kind of like, oh really? I remember you struck out the side in the second inning, but with the offense and getting up early, and then overall, I'm out now.
Yeah, you're gone.
Okay,
Just reload.
all right,
It's funny.
go ahead.
Oh, okay.
out.
Yeah, Sean talking and doing two different things. But no, I was gonna say for you guys, just for Valley Center, how have you guys felt like coming into Valley Center, like with the, the community? You both are staying with host families, right? So who are you guys staying with? Kind of how's that experience been thus far? Obviously it's early. We're not too far into the summer just yet, but how has that experience been? Because I think that for players that are out there that might be thinking about leaving home and going and doing something, it's another thing that, trust me, I every time I talk about this stuff, I'm like, maybe I'm just getting old. But like for me, dude, playing college ball, I got, when I got called to go play, I was like, yes. It didn't matter where, didn't matter what, didn't matter whatever. Like somebody called me and they wanted me there, I was in, like I didn't ask questions. In this day and age, it's like pulling freaking teeth. It's like, dude, we want you to come play for us. We think you'd be a good fit. And they're like, oh, well, I'm LeBron James. I got to do this. I need to do that. Like, it's just like, what? So like how is like leaving, right, from where you guys are comfortable? Obviously you're already in Kansas, so it's a little bit different experience there, but how is leaving home to go and stay with people you don't know, and kind of that little stranger danger right off the get? But tell us about those experiences.
Well, I'm staying with Seals, and I mean, it's been great. When I left for JUCO, I didn't know anyone there. Like I wasn't gonna know anyone there, and it was a real small town, kind of middle of nowhere kind of thing. So I feel like that experience kind of opened me up to just that, like, leaving and just figuring it out. And so when I got the opportunity to play here, I mean, I know what Valley Center was, where that was. I knew it was kind of around Wichita, but I was like, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, I got through JUCO living in some cement block dorm. Like, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've had a great time up here so far. The deals are very nice. I mean, they've been great to me and Zeke, so it's been awesome.
Awesome.
I'm with the Bishops. I actually found it kind of comforting, like having a family to be around with, because I didn't get to go home in the summer, and I'm missing my family, but
Yeah.
I love the Bishops. They're nice. They have dogs too. I miss my dogs, so that was cool to have some dogs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just found it comforting. Like you said, if somebody asked me to come play for them, I'm like, yeah, I want to go play.
Yeah.
And the fact that y'all want me kind of makes me feel good and makes me feel appreciated. Like I want to go compete for y'all. So
yeah,
I mean, I was excited to come here. Like, love my host family. They're great. Like I'm having a good time.
Yeah, it's different, like that's also part of the experience that I wish young players, when they get the opportunity to do it, go do it. You know what I mean? Like as baseball players, like our whole thing is we want more people to see us, right? Like we want to put our name out there. We want to see what the competition's like. We want to do the things. So go do it. Like nowadays it's almost like, oh, well, I want to stay close to home. you know, and trust me, like me and the coaches talk because we're all older than you guys, but we're like, dude, what is up with these dudes? Like, you're going to be at home your whole life, like most of the time. Like some people obviously move away to work and whatever it is, but a lot of times it's like, you know, like you've been home for 19, 20 years. Like if you want to get out there to find new experiences, find ways for you to be able to put your name out, find an opportunity out there somewhere, you got to get more eyeballs on you. Like you got to find ways to put things out there. And, you know, usually the guys that are always hesitant, I always kind of get them with this conversation. So I'm like, dude, if you're staying in the same place and your opportunities that you say you want haven't already come, what do you think is going to change this year? The same people are still there. Like they're the ones that have already seen you. They've watched you grow up. They've seen how you play. They see who you are. If you want new things to happen, you're going to have to do some different things. Like you're going to have to try and find a way out of where you're at. And I don't know, guys, you know, and then the other one that always kills me too is they're like, oh, you know, I want to work. And I'm like, I get that. Like, I understand that. Obviously, everything's expensive in this day and age. And I do feel for kids that are coming up because, like, dude, everything's expensive. Like, it's just the whole thing is expensive. And, like, baseball is an expensive sport as it is. And so, like, I understand that. And family situations are all different across the board. Like, so I have a lot of grace in that as well because everybody's struggling and finding different ways about things. So I get it. But you also only get one chance to play baseball. Like, you get one. You know what I mean? And college is essentially the end of the road for most guys. Really, high school is the end of the road for most guys. So if you made it to college and you're playing, like, you don't have a lot of time. Like, you got 4 to 5 years, and you got to find a way to get noticed and find a way to get out there and find a way to do it. Trust me, being an electrician is still going to be there when you get done playing. Like, it is. I promise you. You want to do HVAC? That's great. Like, that's a great career. You can do that after you get done playing. Like, I promise. And I get it. Like, you got to work. Some guys got to work here. I don't know. You're working here, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? So, like, it boils back down to the same concept. It's like, dude, if you're telling me that you're going to go train all summer, like, just tell me the truth. Like, just say, yeah, I'm going to go to the Y and look at girls, and then I'm going to drink. Like, just be honest, you know, like you can't bullshit me. Like, just you ain't going to a 6-day-a-week thing like you're a pro guy and like you're in there for 4 hours and tweaking this, doing this. Like, dude, like just say you want to go have a summer. I'll have more respect for you if you just tell me like that's what I want to do and I'm not really trying to play baseball. Cool. Like, okay, like I get that too, you know. But I don't know, it's just the experience that guys can get by just stepping out of that comfort zone, like just going and trying to do something different. I think it can be super rewarding for players, but you got to take a chance. Like you got to be willing to kind of put yourself out there and do it. And, you know, it can be scary at times. Like I'm not acting like it isn't, but you know, sometimes the greatest things in life are kind of right after that step, you know, and going and doing it. But I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the host families. You know, shout out to all of our host families across the KCLB. We cannot do the league without you guys. I say thank you to them every chance that we get because without them, you know, it's not possible. So thank you guys for opening your homes and being a part of these guys' journeys because these guys are obviously reliant upon that. And, you know, making that experience, you know, fun and safe for them is, you know, you can't even say thank you enough times. So really appreciate all of the host families across the league and, you know, thank you guys for, you know, being a part of their journeys. So I don't know, Sean, any other major questions since you're going through your technical difficulties over there?
I'm not in at all.
Okay.
It died. It's
yeah,
out.
that's
It's
fine.
out.
Well, we might still be able to hear you. I don't know. But all right, so we'll close with this. Just a couple of random things. You know, I'll fire off a couple of random things, and I'll let you guys kind of, you know, say some things too. But you guys tell us, you know, number one thing that you guys are trying to get out of this summer. You can only name one thing.
Well, I mean, I didn't hit very well this past college school year, so I think just having a different mindset, different approach of how I see like playing, and also too like I wanted to get bigger this summer too.
Yeah.
Because I went into Sterling at 180, and then all we had was cat food down there, so I went down to like 163. I'm back to like 173, 175. So
we
I
need
kinda
205. We need 205, big dog.
I need to get taller before that happens.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I'm just trying to get some play time, obviously, and then hopefully just get stronger.
All right. What about you? One thing.
Definitely just kind of refining my off speeds. I would say like this past year, I did a good job like like my good starts, I was able to really command the off speed in the zone. So I just really want to get better with commanding all of my off speeds in the zone. I'd say my curveball is probably my best one that I had in the zone. Slider was usually pretty good. My splitter was usually never really good. So if I can get all three of those to be very consistent in the zone, I feel like it's going to be hard to hit me when I go into my D2. So
like it. Okay, what's one thing about Kansas, like being here, and you can use school experience too, that is like stood out to you guys that's just like way different from back home?
That everything is not open 24/7 hours.
Okay.
honestly, nothing. It's pretty normal. I mean, it reminds me of my JUCO and being in the middle of nowhere, kind of. So it's like just a bigger version of that.
Like Wichita.
Yeah, I mean,
we get that.
it feels like a bigger version of the middle of nowhere, honestly. but
Okay.
I don't know. I don't mind it.
Okay, fair enough.
You
Have you?
know, at like Galveston, we'd have games like late, and we'd get home at like 12, and we could go like get like Canes or like McDonald's or whatever. But like here, I want to go eat somewhere at like 11, and I can't
Because everything's closed.
Yeah.
We do have some that are open, but they're select like places. It's definitely.
I mostly mean when I was in Sterling.
Yeah.
There-
Oh, that's no chance.
Taco Bell in Park City's open late.
Yeah, Taco Bell. Chipotle's open till 11. So you can
Really?
get- you can get there. I mean,
You have to get
Some
on your-
games.
get on your horse a little bit to get
Yeah.
down there. But
true. Okay. How about that? Like, what's your guys's? Have you guys ate anything here in Kansas that's been like different from back home at all?
Oh, really?
Basically the same. Yeah, it's kind of Midwest, just same area. I guess you guys are more south, but okay. All right, so we'll finish with this. We always finish the podcast this way. For you guys, and you guys speak from your experience and just kind of if you could go back in time, right, and tell younger self you and or a young athlete that might hear this, if they have aspirations to continue to play and try to continue their journeys, into college athletics or beyond, what would be some advice that you would give them, and what would be, the things that you wish you could do differently, coming up to try and help better your experience?
I'd probably tell him to start lifting a lot sooner than he did. Be a better teammate than like try to be a better teammate than a player, because like you said, like it's hard when you're like trying to compete against your bros and like you still want to be chill with them. So like I would say like try to be a better teammate in that aspect. Probably get more into like recruiting, like sending more videos out earlier than I did. That's really it, man.
Cool.
Definitely get in the weight room earlier. I think one of the biggest things for me that I've started to realize is like the people you surround yourself with are going to influence you a lot. So if you really do want to keep playing after high school, and like surround yourself with other people that want to do the same, because you'll get knocked off track pretty easily.
Yeah.
And like as for pitching, throw strikes. Like there's never going to be a coach that's going to sit you down because you can't because you're throwing too many strikes. Like even if you don't have the velo yet, just keep throwing strikes and you'll find opportunities. You'll get outs.
I love that. And that's coming from some 6A high school baseball players in Texas. Get in the weight room earlier. Hey, what up, Sean? He's back to close us out, right? Perfect timing. Get in the weight room
What's up?
earlier. Oh, no.
Oh, shit. My bad.
I'm muted.
Or that was you.
You're fine.
Okay.
We preach that every day here at Parisi because everywhere around our town thinks that they're doing enough at their schools, and I think we all know that that usually is not enough. So, but that's a whole other podcast. But Sean is back
Sure.
to lead us. So we always close out our podcast with a prayer. So Sean, if you could lead us in prayer to close it out, we appreciate you guys listening in. Hopefully you guys have a great summer. If you guys need anything, obviously, we're here for you, but shout out to the Dobbs and hopefully you guys keep killing it. So we got to have a clash coming up here pretty soon against you and the Curve, I would guess.
Curve,
It's on
yeah.
the schedule. So
Well,
battle of the
you made
unbeatens.
this schedule, so
Yeah, but I don't make it like that. So it's just very randomized. But yeah, so thanks for tuning in. This is season 2, episode 44. We're going to close it out with Sean's prayer.
Lord, thank you for this day, and thank you for giving us breath in our lungs, another opportunity to live this life you give to us. I pray that we're thankful for our blessings, that we look to you as the perfecter and foundation of our faith each and every day, Lord. I just pray for these two young men. You keep them healthy. You keep the rest of the team healthy, and really the whole league. Just great competition. Boys staying healthy for the fall, and safe travels to and from everywhere. And just pray to be with all of our communities as this season keeps rolling along. All of our host families, Lord, thank you so much for their kindness, and pray for the success to continue for these two, Lord. In your glorious name, I pray, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for coming in, and we will
Sir.
talk to you guys soon.